I said live. Bloody... Come on now. Up you go. Do not be so uncooperative, you bastard, you bloody thing. Swear to God, if you need me to try and restart the game itself, I will also be disappointed. Come on now. Maybe you just need a little encouragement from this angle. Finally. I swear to God, OBS is just having a moment here and there. However, we're back at it again. I think I will go grab myself some tea. Off to a great start already. Where was I? Final check. No. It's still dead. So it is not a sabotage. I can finally stop worrying myself. Start to love the Omnissiah. I hate the disabled. I hate the disabled. Pipkin Pippa 2024, I believe. Still, sometimes her words ring true for all of us. Now, where was I? Next turn, this field will turn itself back on, and I'm guessing this one will turn itself off. What do we have? We have 1 Cryptech, 3 Warriors, and an Immortal. On our way to the evacuation point, we can grab 2 scans, which should be not a bad idea. However, before we do that, tell me, what do you fear the most? Physical damage. That's understandable, however, that's why I have this arc rifle on me. So, my dear, you find yourself in a very unfortunate situation. In which I have to say goodbye. And thank you for your service. I will be putting that cognition you grabbed to good use. Speaking of, Xenorite Mechadendrite go. And next up, can we shoot through these? No, we absolutely cannot. That's nice to know. I fear rejection from a cute goth girl. And I fear failure. And spiders. Don't know which more. We'll have to see this as the situation develops. Now tell me, what are you made of, Mr. Immortal? You're made of energy armor. Which means we really gotta go up close and personal with our Power X for you. And also grab that cognition while we are at it. Stream Elements, you are late once again. Something fucky is going on your end, and I am not liking it. Not one bit. Please do not give my brain ideas as to what it should try and coax me into watching in tonight's nightmares. It'll be in Technicolor. I'm already extra jumpy from having the slightest tingle on the soles of my feet. Be something equally horrible. He's the one that's going up next. And he's immediately after, so we should be able to deal with you appropriately. We are untargetable after all. And yeah, those 2 physical armor will not save you. I'll be taking these. Reward hard earned et al. What about you? No armor. That's a refreshing thought. And I think we can start moving out. Oh, and before I forget, there we go. And there you go. Am I still untargetable? Looks like I am not. Unfortunate, however, I'm still standing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking we can spend 1 cognition point to get a little closer. Believe me, it's not the spider that learned tickle, it's my brain being an asshole to me, as it always does. Can you imagine being bullied by your own brain? Truly a fate worse than death. 3 damage? 3 damage, as expected. And as expected, we are switching over. Give me all that cognition point. Give me all that. Give me your attention, baby. No, not yet. I could make it worse, but I've done enough damage. Of course you did. Now where was I? Another arc rifle shot? Maybe with an energy enhancer to blast through this. No, that'd be a bit of a waste. It's just 1 energy damage. But then again, if we were to shoot for the sky and become the big one, certainly this should be an acceptable trade-off. One to 8 damage. If we're lucky, it's 5. Respectable. But first of all, grab that free blackstone. And now let us go and introduce ourselves to this fella. Or no. Immortal remains our top priority. So tell me, friend, how would you like to be remembered? That's a trick question. You will not be remembered, especially after you move. While we're at it, we might as well grab those cognition points. Can't quite move too far just yet, so we'll leave it at that. Nice! Can you do that again? Please. Oh, it was a one-time opportunity, and now you have to pay the price. Now, I'm not being tricked by my brain about insect I almost mentioned. Ha ha! This road works both ways, buddy old pal. I tricked you. And now you're gonna pay it. However. Still gotta apply the damage. Now, where were we? Give me all that black stone. And hopefully this will be enough to destroy you. If not, we can still shoot you. Then it'll be enough. Hate thinking about fleas, huh? Understandable. Absolutely understandable. Now, one more cognition point. And you know what? While we are at it, can I... No, not quite. Not yet, at least. Ooh. Warriors and Scarabs. Now this is where the Arc Scourge would have come in handy. Which means we gotta move. Deploy another Ranger. Damage absorbed, very good. Machine Spirit charged, which is also good. Now, 2 physic or other energy armor. Acceptable. Prepare to meet your fate. Especially once I get a little bit farther away. And grab this. So, goodbye. That clears out at least Canoptech Scarabs. Which is also what I was looking for. Now, what about the rest of you? Also 2 energy armor, not surprising. I gotta kill you. Especially with a nice and juicy crit. Now, I'm going to stay here, and if you move, you're dead. Deal? Deal. While we're here, how much damage can I do to you? All of them are 2 energy armor, which means you are hopefully gonna go down. Hopefully. Let's see. Almost. Fine, I guess we are going to do it the old-fashioned way. Like that. And just so that you don't get any funny ideas, have a disabling shot. We cannot quite get you and make it look like a bloody accident, so we're just gonna finish off this console. Of course, it's gonna shoot 2 damage. 1 damage, even better. Now, while we are at it, just a little bit of damage on this side, and after that, maybe we can get close enough to actually use the Arc Scourge. You, however, have decided to honor our agreement. Thank you. Nobody else coming? Nobody else coming. Very good. And I think it's in our best interest to keep it civil. And by civil I mean low intensity. Now, let's see if we're lucky on this one. Almost. 2 damage. Very good. Nobody needs to heal up just yet except for Leonardus, and we can deal with that. Speaking of Leonardus, how would you like to go the extra mile and see off that particular Necron before we get any more unwanted guests? I know you'd like to, so there we go. And now you can start moving away. Fingers crossed. And that's what I like to see. Now we're gonna be overspending a little bit, but we do need our tech priest to be in tip-top shape so that we're not spending too much money on the fixer-uppers. Where we get into position here, blast away that one. And start blasting at this console, like that. See? Nice and easy. Now we just need to get the rest of you out of here. Which is, of course, easier said than done. But considering that we've dealt with all of them, it will be easier said and done. Never mind these shenanigans. Out of my sight. And by this point, can't quite double time it since that Skitari is now blocking the way. So we'll just have to get into position and wait another turn. Shouldn't be too bad. Meanwhile, you all can get nice and comfortable over here. I hope you're not thinking about fleas anymore. And hopefully those Canoptech scarabs did not remind you of fleas. Itch is scratched. Very good to hear. And with that, we are out of here. What other enemies? I don't see no enemies. Maybe, maybe not. The cohort locates the cache of grave goods reported by the Skitari. Among the strange items of Necron origin are several inscribed tablets covered in hieroglyphics, a rare source of information on the mysterious Necron language. These tablets contain everything I need to begin my translation of the next stele, Magus. Already I can see these passages describe momentous events of Necron history. It must have been tremendous and blasphemous events indeed that could create the Necrons. Knowing their history will arm us against them. My enthusiasm responses are tempered by concern. take care lest you become akin to that which you study. I shall take every precaution, Magus. I know you are as eager to learn more about the Necrons as I am. And this time we kept it under level 1. White profit, as they say, in the sense that we haven't had any other expenses. Another Shroud Psalm. Next attacks will break 4 energy armor. And I think we need to go on another Capra mission. Cryptex, Triarch Praetorians, unpleasant. Canoptech Acanthrites, also unpleasant. And Necron Warriors. So, 2 unpleasant enemies, 1 annoying, and 1... But before we do that, let's get Oriacus in top shape. First of all, Enhanced Repair. Curatio Claws have -1 cooldown and restore 2 more HP. And his final bit of clothing in the form of arm augments. Now what's that final upgrade? We can't grab it yet since it's 264. However, now you are fully kitted out. I'm proud of you. So, a unit of Skitari with experimental bionics has been lost in the tomb of Mhelob. Subdomina Capra has requested they be recovered on behalf of the Caestus Metallican's Mechanicus staff. And after that, we'll go for our first boss. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a 1. And a 2. Mecha Dead Valve. Well, thank you. The Mechanicus staff and the Caestus Metallican have asked my assistance, Magus, but with my forces already stretched thin, I cannot spare any manpower. Do you believe my tech priests have such spare time and resources in abundance? The staff were insistent. One in particular, a Ferrosurgeon Caligulax. A Skitari unit carrying several of her experimental bionics has been lost in the tomb of Mhelob. They demand their experiments be recovered. It is concerning that the Mechanicus staff are in a habit of using our Skitari units for bionic experiments without consulting the Magus in command. Still, that does not mean the request is without merit, especially if these new bionics can be used to improve the combat effectiveness of our troops. Something tells me that we'll be a little too late on that, but the bionics can still be recovered. I have the approximate last location of the Skitari unit. Given the length of time they have been out of contact, it is very likely they are dead. My new revolts return sadness at this prospect, but something can at least be gained by their sacrifice. The bionics will have been given a thorough field test. So you're going to get them back. Whatever killed that unit will still be down there. Quite apart from the use we might make of the data, it is not the way of the cult Mechanicus to seek knowledge through all means, even war. Of course, Magus, and I am grateful. This Ferrosurgeon Caligulax did not strike me as someone I should disappoint. And you know how it is with medics. They can be scary. I should know. I've been friends with one. Hopefully he's doing alright. So the shortest route is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything you can recover for me to bring back to the Ferrosurgeon would be gratefully received, Magus. A corpse lying in the chamber ahead may be one of the fallen Skitari unit. However, the cohort can hear Necron units nearby, and recovering the corpse's bionics could put them well in danger of being outflanked. Launch a preemptive attack against the encroaching Necrons before examining the body. The cohort charges into the shadows, intent on surprising and annihilating the Necrons surrounding them. They find nothing but empty chambers and hollow sarcophagi. Evidently, the Necrons are employing misdirection and subterfuge to throw the cohort off track, and they have succeeded in wasting a lot of the cohort's time. Mind games. That's a tiny, tiny chamber. But something tells me it's not gonna be that tiny. Scanner, destroy this console. There's the Acanthrites, the Cryptek, and the regular warriors. Oh, and the free console to grab over there as well. So the Acanthrites are gonna most likely go for these cognition points and leave us out to dry, the bastards. Leonardus? No, Jeremiah. Make way for Leonardus. Auricus, you're staying behind, and Monarius is gonna be over here. Yep, here comes the Acanthrites being assholes. As always. Oh, and here's the Triarch Praetorian being an extra asshole. You are gonna die screaming. But then again, the Necrons are not capable of screaming, so you're gonna die either way. At least we have one cognition point to spare. So let's make the best of it. And we also have a cognition Mechadendrite, which should be also useful. So first of all, can we prick you? No, we need to be up close and personal. So, Phosphor Blast Pistol, show me what you're made of. Physical, or rather energy armor. That's good to know. I have this nifty Power Axe here that should help with this case immensely. Here you go. And a cognition Mechadendrite prick, so that we are not completely harmless. Now if we move away, this will be a nasty opportunity attack, so you know what? You get a taste of Xenorite Mechadendrite too, pal. Enjoy the acid. Meanwhile, Leonardus, I'm gonna need you to get up close and personal to this one. If it makes any sudden moves, you have my permission to whack it. No one denies us our cognition points. No one. And a blast from the Gamma Pistol from... I am thinking this angle. You ain't getting away that easy, pal. I guarantee you that. Next up, we'll need to deal with those consoles too. Not gonna be deploying anyone just yet. Down you go, nasty critter. Almost. What an annoyance. But once again, something to be dealt with. You, out of my sight. If you insist on being an asshole, fine. 3 damage, 2 damage. Skitari loom over the body of the last dying Necron in the tomb, ready to deal the finishing blow. Like, the Necron laughs, pulls out the ancient artifact and brings it to its face. The sonic attack it unleashes heavily damages every tech priest in here in distance. I think I know what you're talking about. And I would rather it not come to this. But we'll see how it develops. Now tell me. Are you prepared for the kind of death you deserve, little man? Especially you. 13 HP, no armor, nothing too serious. Oh, you're just gonna raise him back up, aren't you? And you are gonna be an even bigger asshole. At least we've absorbed damage this time. And see, you are immediately back down. Just as I hoped. Now where was I? Right. Heal Manarius up. And then start dealing with this console before we get to the Tomb Awake level 2. And also that sweet, sweet Blackstone. Almost. Ah, but I forgot to remove the acid from you. 3 damage. 3 damage. Now, however, how about you go ahead and die? Thank you. Refreshing. Let's just get into position over here. And come next round, we'll be ready. Especially with that asshole Lycanthroid. Goodbye. I hate that they don't even have the courtesy to leave behind a corpse for us to make use of. But such are the way of Xenos. Specifically these assholes. Now, how about we trade 1 for 2? Or we just do this. That's also a viable option. And then start whacking. Especially considering that whacking things with Jeremiah gives us more cognition. Gotta remember that. Three damage. 2 damage. We're still gonna need to fix you up immediately. Now, up next is the Cryptek, and if we try to nail him from this angle, that should work in theory. Especially if we add the energy enhancer first. This is gonna be costly. The only one left at that point would be Leonardus. Then again, Leonardus still has his Power Axe to use, so let's go for the cheaper approach. There we go. Marvelous. And also, you are going down immediately. Immediately, I say. Now, who's up next? Of course, it's you. Therefore, consider yourself neutralized. With extreme prejudice. Now, anything interesting that is gonna pop out of this one? Yep, here it comes. Scanner destroys xenotechnology. Done. Now we just kill these 4. Which is easier said than done. Easier said and done. 1 damage. That Triarch Praetorian is still trying to wake up. No damage. No, still 1 damage. How about you? Got anything interesting? No. 10 HP, 1 armor. Can finish off you. Thank you. And we can start healing up. Oh, first of all, cleansing and ointment so that we are not dealing with acid anymore. Then we get over here and we heal up Manarius. That was Manarius, right? I guess we'll find out in a bit. Back up to level 1. Now, Jeremiah, how would you like to start working on that one? Especially if we grab all the cognition that we can. Maybe I should have popped the scientist canister, but that is, well, that one comes later. Now, where was I? Not yet. However, Leonardus, go ahead and grab me that cognition. Send that Necron to the land of forever sleep. And get a little closer while we're at it. All have energy armor. I am quite certain of that. 1 damage. 1 damage. Same here. Same here. Now go ahead and heal up Leonardus. He really needs it. Now that we're here, let's start laying into them. At least some of them. Now, place your bets, gentlemen. Is it gonna be a good roll? No, it was not a good roll. Minimal damage. But it was something. And that was certainly unfortunate. And I still got nothing for you to show, so you stay put. Now, let's do some body work. Which one is that? Next over... Don't forget to deal with that one too. As far as you can. As far as you can. For lucky, you go down. We weren't exactly lucky. But we were lucky on his shot. That's all that matters now. Now, just so that we are completely sure. Physical armor. Well, congratulations, pal. Got yourself caught. And the next step of this master plan is going to be killing you all. As far as that is applicable. Maybe something like this even. Yep. You, in the meantime, stay put. Oh, and heal myself up. Leonardus, in the meantime. We'll get over there and finish off that console. That is important. After all, we don't want the Tombs Awake level to go up needlessly. Especially now. Two damage. 4 damage. Buddy old pal. Tell you what, you've made a terrible mistake. Which I am going to rectify in a moment. Before I do that, I might as well now, hopefully. Don't think it's gonna be worth using just yet, so we'll just stay here, and if you move away, you're toast. Deal? Done deal. This one should be fine. It's just 1 physical damage. Nothing too serious. Especially if we move up close and personal and see to it that you burn. Oh, and of course, more cognition for me, and death for you. Once you move, of course. Only fair. Thank you. Now, I am tempted to just shoot you, but that would be uncouth in regards to my colleagues, so we're just going to whack you. Especially with that powered field generator applied. And now, you're gone. I do love banking cognition points for the next encounters. Definitely helps. Signs of a firefight cover this chamber, both gauze fire and red rifle shots. It's likely the lost Skitarii unit passed through this way, fighting a running battle with pursuing Necrons. Investigate the Skitarii. The rifle fire is voluminous and tightly grouped, with indications that several Necrons were felled before their remains teleported away. Clearly, the Skitarii sold their lives dearly, and it is heartening to the cohort to see their fellow soldiers of the cult Mechanicus doing their duty to the last. It is indeed. Now let's hope for the best from these two glyphs. What do we have in the first one? This one should be healing, right? Yes. Although it didn't heal whom I wanted. Now, door number 2. I'll take this one. Oh, lost 2 CP, unfortunate. And for our next encounter, we're going up to Tomb Level Awakening 2. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem. At least I hope so. Kill all enemies. We got 2 Triarch Praetorians, a warrior, and a Cryptech to start out with. Plus... turrets. I guess we're not going that way. The Praetorians will come to us, and then we're gonna kill them. So, Leonardus, you stay here. Riacus here. Manarius here. And Jeremiah here. Plus, we're gonna deploy our Skitari Ranger at first. That's gonna be the turret control panel. No idea how we're gonna get to it, but we are going to try. First of all, tell me something you mother don't know. 4 armor, 4 energy. I see. Come on, get a little closer. We got much to discuss, you and I. If we were to try and shoot that one, we would need to be really close. So I suppose the best way is to at least start laying into that warrior. What about you, tough big guy? 2 energy. Your Necrons are poor conversationalists. That they are. Unless you get them to talk about the history of their dynasty. And that only applies only to anyone that's not a warrior. Or one of their tomb spiders. They may not be conversationalists, but they are definitely someone you need to find the right key to converse with. Yeah, let's put it that way. Now, Energy Enhancer. Volkite Blaster. Oh, before I forget. Also Energy Armor, what do you know? We do need a bit more physical weapons, just in case. Now, down you go. Not yet, at least, it looks like. As for Leonardus, I need you to stay put. Oh, at first I need to grab you, for you to grab that cognition point as well, and then I want you to stay put. Because the Triarch Praetorians are coming. Or at least that Cryptech is now in our line of fire, making our job a little easier. But here they come. Four. As expected, that one did nothing. Now, would you like me to tell me about yourself? Oh, looks like we have a pattern here. All of you have energy armor. Which is good news for us melee users. I like what I see. But I don't like that I see more reinforcements coming in. And I don't like that it's applying energy and physical armor to you lot. Which means we are gonna need to deal with that post-haste. Time to deploy Skitari Ranger Alpha. However, we need to do so carefully. At least over here for now. If we were to get over here, yeah, that's alright. Now, tell me your secrets. No armor, 9 HP. Gotcha. While we are at it, Not yet. But we will move a little closer at first. And establish dominance. That's not what I meant by establishing dominance. Just begin CP farming. Next time you move away, you're gonna be in a world of pain. And we are gonna need to get to that cube of knowledge as quickly as we can. That should be a job for Leonardus, so for now we're just gonna get Manarius in a position right behind Jeremiah. And wait for an opportune moment. Like that? Like that. So, even if we were to hit you, that's still gonna be a decent bit of damage. Still, that is a risk I'm willing to take. 7 damage. Could have been better. Cryptek is doing its usual Cryptek BS. Here comes the second warrior, nothing too serious. That one tries to move away and gets blown away. And we get 2 CP out of the deal. Now you, I'd like you to go down. Do we have a deal? Not yet. We'll come to understanding in a bit. How much damage is that gonna be? 2? 1. Not too bad. Now he jumps away over here as expected. Are you gonna be attacking the Tech Priest? Indeed. 3 damage. 5. I gotta do something about you. So, here you go. Goodbye. You made me very angry, young man. Or excuse me, old guy. And for that, you paid the ultimate price. And might as well blink away at the Cryptek. Ah, another Triac Praetorian. And we're all, and here they're also giving them armor, so that thing needs to go yesterday. Missed me. Let's see. +2 damage. Nothing too bad. But I dislike that it was the lower roll of 4. You are gonna be hit with a disabled shot, so stay where you are and don't do nothing. As for you, 4 physical, 2 energy armor. That's gonna be unpleasant to deal with. So let's start stripping away that armor. Anyone else looking for a fight? They always are. for now we can get over here and start popping. I do like it when we get them with a critical. You could even say that it makes me moist. Nah, that one was too easy. Low-hanging fruit, you might even say. Too far. Yep, I'll agree. I'll agree on that one and take the blame. Feel free to hit me with a disciplinary stick for that one. Here comes the Triarch Praetorian. Of course, he's going for the medic once again, because he is an asshole like that. If only I could. That's not a horny jail territory, that is a bad joke territory. Let's see if we can do any damage to you. 2 damage. Okay. I will need to deal with you post-haste. Now this is gonna be a little tricky, but I believe we'll be able to pull this off. So get rid of you, like that, especially with a nice critical. Now we walk up over here, and we can finally unleash the Arc Scourge. Or... still a little too close. But we are gonna be rid of Cryptek, so that should be good. And just so that we are on the same page, Litany of the Electromancer, go. Goodbye. And that's another cognition point back, 2 even. What's your story? No armor. Absolutely. I like what I see. What I don't like is being blasted in the face. Now, if we were to do something devious, like get into a better firing position here. Wait, I did activate energy enhancer, yeah? Yeah, now we're cooking. And you are going down. Do not collect gold, do not go to jail. You are straight out. Now we walk up to you lot over here. And we are asking you to say your goodbyes as well. Goodbye. My only regret is that I didn't grab that other console. But we still ended it on the Tomb Level Awakening 2. The cohort locates the fallen unit, their bodies lying where they died in the last stand against the Necrons that surrounded them. They clearly took a great many of their enemies with them. The cohort harvests the experimental bionics from the bodies, saying words of prayer for these valiant fallen. The Pharaoh-Surgeon is taking an inventory of the bionics we return to her. She seems excessively interested in the condition of the corpses. A natural curiosity for all matters fleshly, as I understand it. It is to be hoped that she can parlay the data she gathered into making these bionics safe for widespread use among our Skitarii. I don't think I'll be volunteering for them. The Necrons are bad enough, but if I were to pick the most terrifying thing about Silva Tenebris, it would be the Pharaoh-Surgeon Caligulax. She is on our side. A fact for which I am very grateful. Up next, Prayer of Plasteel, plus 3 physical armor for 1 round. And we got nice 1003 Blackstone to spend. So, Oriacus, how about your last upgrade as an engine seer? Benediction. Restore all HP on all tech priests, or restore all HP on all troops. Indispensable. As for the remaining point, I suppose we can replace your Gamma Pistol with something else, but no. I'd rather keep you free. Speaking of, I suppose we can give you the Omnissiah Axe. So that you are completely cognition point free when using things. And we can also give you a Curatio Mechadendrite. No, that one only goes for Curatio Claws, so we can slap on that other Curatio Claw. The lesser one, we'll call it that. Now, if we take a look at our Sicarian Ruststalker. Currently it's at level 2, which is plus 5 crit chance per attack done in this battle, avoid all opportunity attacks, and single target melee attack, which is... then again, we can do it from here, don't we? Yeah. So if we compare... cannot actually compare from this point of view. At any rate... anything else we can give you? Well, I suppose it's time to fully upgrade Jeremiah too, which would be Overcharged Cognition. Active ability, fill the cognition gauge. Passive, collect 1 cognition point when hit by an enemy. This will be useful. And what else do we have? Manaria's got Tech Auxilium, which is very nice. I think once we get the 5th Tech Priest, I think we can turn him into a Xenorite. We'll see whether this will be worth it or not. But for now, we got us... a boss to kill. So let's swap out the Volkite Blaster for the Phosphor Blaster. No, Phosphor Blaster deals energy damage too. We need physical to counteract that. And I don't believe we do just yet. The only thing close would be something else entirely. Speaking of, anything interesting? We do have the Zenerate Pattern Volkite Blaster. And Capra offers us a scanner and a Sicarian Infiltrator level 2. Not worth it in my opinion. So it's time to deal with a Void Admiral. This will give us a Plasma Caliber. 5 to 7 it fires in a straight line passing through all units, 5 to 7 energy armor, and destroys 1 energy armor on a regular shot. While charged with a Machine Spirit, it destroys 2 energy and physical armor. Then we'll also get a second level of Sanctus Canister, and an upgrade to our Skitarii Vanguard Alpha. We'll be facing Deathmarks, Canoptech Acanthrites, Necron Warriors, and Void Admiral Agrolek himself. The Skitarii have located the burial chamber of Void Admiral Agrolek. Prime Hermeticon Caprix advocates leading a mission to destroy the Necron Lord and strike a blow against the Necrons in the tomb of Agrolek. Now, before I forget, we're naturally taking all of our Tech Priests, we're taking Skitarii Ranger, and we're taking the Sicarian Rust Stalker for this one. Litany of Life, which I'm thinking we can replace with the final form. Count of the Craft remains the same, and do I have a higher level of Litany of Electromancer? There it is. Next 6 attacks will ignore all armor. Confirmed location of Lord Agrolek. Skitarii intelligence recovered partial pick grabs of target construct form. Our research suggests Agrolek was the lord of the Necron fleets. His purpose in the awakening of Silver Tenebris will be clear: to helm their war fleets and expanding this pocket of Necron domination. Outcome unacceptable. Solution incontrovertible. I concur, Prime Hermeticon. He has bested us once before. Not again. We must destroy him. Dispatch the falconers and muster the hounds. The hunt commences. We've learned a lot since we last encountered Agrolek, but we know he won't go down without one hell of a fight. A challenge calculated to be worth the risks and resources, Subdomina. Oh, I agree, Agrolek is a worthwhile target. I just wouldn't put credits on too many men coming back from the attempts. Expenditure of personnel and material calculated as justifiable. I'll pass that on to the men and women risking their lives. They shall rally to the hunting horn and the call to the assembly. The chase begins. Make ready for the unmaking of Agrolek. It's a straight line, as before. We're gonna be raking up a lot of Tomb Awakening level. And he knows it. These are troopers from 7th Hexadecimal Cohort, Maniple Gamma. They went quietly 59 minutes ago. They went quiet 59 minutes ago. A handful of bodies lie in the chamber ahead, evidently Skitarii who were caught in a furious volley of gauze fire. Examine the bodies to learn more of their cause of death. Mass destroyer assault consistent with presence of a high-value target. Lord Agrolek operations in area upgraded from possible to probable. The heavy gauze blaster fire and the lack of evident return fire suggest an overwhelming assault by Necron destroyers. There's the Tomb Awakening level 1. What do we have here? The right one. A little bit of Warpstone. Excuse me, Blackstone. here we're gonna go for the right one once again. That's extra Tomb Awakening. Unfortunate. Yeah, we're definitely hitting level 3 when we get to him. This appears to be a basic linear alpha script, the simplest of the Necron languages. Relatively speaking, of course, but it is known from several exemplars. I should be able to translate some of it if you can get me decent picked grabs. A series of glossy black slabs fill this chamber, arranged in a semicircle around a statue of a Necron destroyer armed with a scythe-like weapon. The slabs are inscribed with thousands of Necron runes. Take hurried picked grabs of the slabs and move it on from this sinister place. This is a philosophical text. Lord Agrelak believes that if the Necrons cannot rule the stars, no one should. A yearning for utter desolation, the annihilation of all life. I cannot make out the subtleties, but I am not sure I would want to. Well, he is a destroyer after all. That's what they all are about. Destruction. Necrons reanimate 1 turn faster. Looks like these scarabs were woken up by the reanimation protocols and continued with their default programming. Finish this statue. The Necrons have covered their tombs in images of themselves, and they still haven't finished. This chamber appears to be a workshop. A large slab of gleaming metal has been partially carved into a statue of a glowing Necron, perhaps Lord Agrelak. Several scarab constructs are scurrying across the slab, chewing away at the material as they continue to the process of creating the statue. The mission is to destroy a statue of Agrelak, and there is one right here. Blow up the half-finished statue as the Omnissiah demands. The statue is blasted to smithereens by a righteously well-placed grenade. The scarabs immediately begin assembling the shards into a new structure, an unexpected but illuminating event that suggests that they are programmed solely to create monuments to the Necrons out of whatever material are at hand. And final one, before the battle. The grim darkness of Agrelak's tomb is complete in this benighted region. Not only is there a total absence of light, but fluctuating rad levels are interfering with the cohort's optical augmentations. Even the team's own light sources do not penetrate the unnatural gloom. They must traverse the next area blind. Slow and steady. Extra Necrons in battle. Stumbling around in the dark raises the attention of nearby Necrons, which are lying in wait in the shadows. The Necrons close in and force the cohort to move through areas of heightened rad levels, afflicting them with various unpleasant symptoms. However, none of the cohort fall into any holes, partially vindicating the course of action. Just had to throw one last curveball at me. Location confirmed. Energy reading spiking. Code Venator in full effect.
We are infested insects to be expunged.
This damned creature has been watching us since we entered this tomb. It's been ready for us since the start. The quarry that knows it is hunted makes for the sweeter kill. Formulate target solutions. Now the prey is at bay. Recollections of Inquisitor Brand, Chapter 87. Of all creations most foul I beheld the Lord of all, and knew that I was dead. We have been here before, Magus, but we are better prepared now. What are your orders? The chamber is dominated by the immense form of Lord Agrelak, surrounded by images of the Necron war fleets conquering the stars. Hold back and engage the enemy from range. With the discipline of true Scions of Mars, the cohort holds back to unleash volleys of fire into the Necron Lord. We've been here before in this kind of war. And you will be peppered from afar. Let's see. Leonardus goes here. Rikus should remain close by, so Jeremiah here. Manarius over here by Leonardus, and Rikus will go here. That leaves the Rust Stalker and the Ranger to cover the front. So tell me, friend, what is your current armor? Energy. We'll of course be swapping to another one, another type, a little later. I can wait. And I can try to at least draw you away. Out of range, but I can still taunt you. We do have some company here. Looks like they are as weak as they get. This might be tempting fate, but still. Especially if we get up close and personal. You only have energy armor. Give me all of your cognition. I want to understand more so I can kill you more efficiently. Thank you, and goodbye. Leonardus. How about we do the same to that Necron? I know you won't be against that. Especially as we are overflowing with understanding. Might as well also grab this. And move up. Rust Stalker in position. Now we wait.
I sailed the void for 1,000 years. I fought the war in heaven. What can you do to strike fear in one such as I?
You're alone and cornered. Do you really want to know? Yep, here we go. Physical armor. Now's our chance. Out comes another Necron. A death mark. Well, congratulations, pal. You've been deemed a priority target.
Dare these wretched things stand before the void admiral of Cesarodon?
You really want to know? That was a hefty crit, however, I'll admit it. You know, while I am at it, I might as well check on the Necron dynasty that he mentions. Let's see. Was it somewhere here? not seen it just yet, so I suppose we can look into this a little later. But do hold on to that thought. Cesaragon. Or was I? Right. Let's go say hello. We currently have, what? Energy armor, right? So I suppose we can at least blast you with a Zenorite Mechadendrite. Or we do it a little differently, considering we got a full cognition gauge. We might as well go all guns blazing. Should have used energy enhancer as well, but I'm also gonna be using it now. If we get lucky, that's gonna be 6 damage. And if we're not lucky, well, we got lucky. Congratulations to us. Now the Skitari Ranger here will take a pot shot at that death mark, which is very important. It's gotta teleport away. Acceptable. And if we stand right next to it, it's gonna be even better. Even got 2 cognition points out of that one. You, however, remain asleep. Thank you. Good night. And we'll be also grabbing that. Reward hard earned. Power field generator, go. Power X, go. 11 damage. That's what I want to see. Now we just need to make sure you live through this, Magus Leonardus, as I would loathe to lose you. I can even do it like that. And just so that we are absolutely sure that you do not die. No, not that one. There, Distant Prayers. That's the one I was looking for. And now we can move up. Same with you, Sikaar and Ruststalker. Of course, that one dummy tries to wake up. It immediately goes down. Another death mark? No, just a regular old Necron warrior.
When my fleet sails once more, vermin like you shall be strung from my prow.
Your croissants will be melted down for precious metals. Watch me. Yeah, thinking we're gonna be staying over here for now. Well, first we're gonna grab that cognition point. Then we're gonna move away. And now say hello. Bit of a late introduction, but it's the thought that counts. Especially if we do it like that. Disabling shot, regular shot. One for one? Sure, why not? Gentlemen, I believe we have it in the bag. Especially if we do Cant of the Craft. While we're at it, might as well also pop the Litany of Life. Say goodnight. Even got his ass with a critical. Lord Agrolak falls, spewing sparks and fire. The Void Admiral collapses in a heap of wreckage and begins to teleport away, piece by piece, revealing for a moment the complex working of the war form underneath. Finally, Agrolak is no more, in a burst of terminal data that leaves an echo of his death etched into the noosphere. Target inversion achieved. Hunt complete. The Void Admiral has fallen. The Necrons of Silva Tenebris have lost their fleet commander. Prey tracked from quarrying to unmaking, beaten into open and chased down for the kill. 84% hunt efficiency, logged for future analysis. The Skitarii in the Tomb of Agrolak are reporting decreased coordination among the awakening constructs. Consolidation activity not the concern of a Prime Hermeticon. Key target acquisition ongoing. There will come another beast. There will come another hunt. And just like that, we're at 35% Planet Awakening. Canticle of the Iron Soul. The next attack will deal 4 damage. Now, anything else? No. For now it's only the Lord Astronomer, and we already know what to expect of that encounter. We're just gonna need overwhelming firepower once again. But we do have another secret mission. Teresus needs examples of less common Necron vocabulary. They could be found in the rantings of Lord Ubiao being transmitted through his tomb, and Teresus has asked a full version of the transmission be acquired. We get Infestus Mechadendrite. Knocks the target back by 1 tile, deals 2 physical damage to target. This could be useful for our more ranged-oriented tech priests. And we get another energy enhancer. All energy attacks gain +2 energy damage for 1 round. We'll get Lich Guard, Deathmark, Flayed One, and Necron Warrior encounters. What do we have here? Ooh, a Cognis Flamer. 2 to 4 physical damage to targets in area. Sets them on fire, burns deal 2 damage over 3 turns. Very nice. And the Beta Refractor Field Generator. I think we can afford to go on that mission, or anything else. Another Cognition Mechadendrite, this one granting 2 Cognition points, and another Power Field Generator. That is tempting. very tempting. We'll need to consider that. Then again, we still have the second Heretic mission to look forward to. And I don't see any more offers for new tech priests. So I suppose we'll go for Lock and Key for the Zenerite Pattern Volkite Blaster, which should be a straight upgrade for this Volkite Blaster. 6 to 8 energy damage to target as opposed to 6 to 8 energy damage, 1 to 2 energy damage to chain targets, and movement speed is halved. Yeah, that's a straight upgrade. 2 augments, 2 augments. Machine Spirit, cognition cost reduced to 1 CP versus +2 damage straight up. Yeah, I'm considering this one a straight upgrade. And after that, we can maybe go for that mission. We'll see how it goes. Artifact research ceased. Obstruction can be overcome, defeated, conquered. That you have brought this to my attention suggests overcoming it requires my help. Artifact requires key. If possess key equals true, research continues. Skitar Intelligence Report Summary. Key in possession of Lieutenant of Lord Agrelek, who must be hunted down and killed by my tech priest so you can get to this key. Magus, your wisdom equals infinite. Target poor form location determined. Heavy defenses equal likely. What does this artifact of yours even do, Tech Acquisitor? If we that knowledge possessed, specialized attentions of Tech Acquisitor equals unnecessary. It is worth the effort of this artifact and give you us an edge in completing our mission here. Are you ready to support the Tech Priest's advance, Kepra? I am, Magus. Expect the Necrons to react poorly to a second round of ransacking. 1, 2, 3, 4. No other points to stop at. Curiosity intensifies. A strange sculpture takes up the center of this chamber. A heap of Necron heads piled up on a circular base. The base has hieroglyphics inscribed around its circumference. Examine the sculpture. Speculation commences. 1. Memorial to Massacre. 2. Monument to Victory. 3. Warning against deviance. The sculpted heads are rendered in considerable detail and are arranged like a battlefield trophy. The implications of the display are troubling, and the chamber seems suffused with a sensation of oppression and misery. Sounds like a good deal of my previous jobs. Let's see, gotta kill the Triarch Praetorian. 2 of them. 1 Necron Warrior. Immortal, and a Canoptech Acanthrite, because of course there would be one. Just gonna wait for them in this corner. And hopefully they will be none the wiser. Now, you're not grabbing that cognition point from us, you nasty beast. I'll be waiting on you. Ow. And bright side, we are getting cognition from this. We'll be getting a lot of cognition from this. Can I perhaps... Not quite. But still, good damage. 4 damage. 3. Here comes the Acanthite. 2. Also 3 damage. Yes. Anything else? No, that should be it. I will also be studying you thoroughly. Like that. I'm also taking this. You stay where you are. And nobody gets hurt. Alternatively... No, just to move 1 point, that'd be a bit of a waste. So I suppose we're just gonna be... blasting... Then again... No, that's gonna be... something. See? While we are at it, that's what the Omnissiah X is for. So that we can spend our hard-earned cognition on important things. What's your deal? Yeah, we're definitely gonna need our melee options deployed. Can we reach you from here? I think we can. Let's hope you don't have any physical armor, otherwise this would be embarrassing. You don't. That's nice. We'll even strip away some armor from you. Next, you just need to make a move. I beg of you. Or rather, that's all I ask for. 2 damage. 1 damage. Also acceptable. Yes, it will deal you in. Or rather, do you in. And we can tease you a little. Well, our efforts will be better spent there. should work. Even if as a distraction. But a useful one nonetheless. Maybe I should have shot the Triarch Praetorian, but we'll see how it goes. Now I need to deploy the Rust Stalker. We'll go 1 for 1. And turn it into 2 for 1. Goodbye. Same to you. Especially with a critical. That's what I want to see and I like to see. Just gorgeous. There's the acid. Damage absorbed. I see how it is. Now we are gonna hit you with a Zenerite Megadendrite, because you're a nasty little thing. Will inflict upon you the suffering you inflict upon others. This is, of course, what we call suboptimal. But nothing that cannot be handled. And might as well. Now we're definitely gonna be deploying the Sikaran Rust Stalker. Got the points for that. Yeah, you stay over there. You're gonna be taken out very soon. I guarantee you that. Maybe I should also spec Leonardus into... not the Explorator, but what was it? Dominus a little bit. No, that was another one. A statue of Agrilex Lieutenant stands at a junction in a passageway ahead. It points in one direction, as if indicating the way. Find another route entirely. This is obviously a trap. The cohort spends a long time giving the suspicious junction a wide berth. Though they fall behind their mission timeline, they are safe from whatever heinous trap the Necrons had laid for them. The initiative is currently on the Necron side, but that is... not too bad. heal ourselves up. Of course, it goes to... not to the person I wanted it to go. And we are officially at Necron Awakening level 2. Still manageable, especially if we have any consoles that will help with reducing this timer. I do see a couple of them, as well as more... Aha! There you are. Lord proximity confirmed. Load data. Detecting large anti-void forces from this form. Frustrating. Signal interference. Loaded. Play. This is a form we wish we had never uncovered. Do not underestimate. High life form intellect, gargantuan cognitive data. Lords are masters of strategy. They have ruined many offensive attempts. Revert to defensive stance while we wait for more data to be collected. Not peak of Necron hierarchy. Have instinct for more deadly forms. This form is a threat still. Ensure execution early in tomb exploration to increase chance of optimal victory. Concerning indeed, but good advice, Caprix. My emotional receptors are pleased you're on the mission. No need for pleasing. Hunt is my only emotion. Woe be upon the Necron Lord. Reduced to a regular, if elite, enemy. But coming back to that, I do see 2 consoles that we can smash to reduce the wake level. This should be good. So, Jeremiah, Honorius, Leonardus, Oriacus, and I think we can deploy this Ranger too. Anyone else coming to the party? Another warrior. Oh, and of course the Triarch Praetorian. How can I forget about that asshole? You'll pay for that! Now watch me. Even though it said damage absorbed, I'm still going to be dealing with you in a bit. Like so. And then we deal with the Immortal. Even if you are boasting physical armor, you are still going to go down. I guarantee you that. But in the meantime, can we scan the Lord? We absolutely can. What do you get? 34 HP and 3 energy armor. Respectable, very respectable. And that is precisely what we're here for. So, here's your complimentary 7 damage. We'll be speaking again at another point in time. Now you remain where you are. And you get aggressively scanned. That's what I like to see. Now, considering you're here, how about we chat a little more? Same naturally applies to that one. But I'd rather focus on you first and foremost. Tell me about yourself. I see, not one for conversation, as per usual. Well, in that case, how about we also speak with the... Maybe not. That can wait a little more. But my friend over here, now he would absolutely not tolerate you not answering his questions, because he's a bit of an autist, you see. He will poke you with different insightful questions, and after that he'll go for a very important one. Now, if you are, of course, still standing after that, he'd like to conduct another interview at another point in time, but we'll see how the situation develops. You'll receive a call back by the end of the week, naturally. Or in the next 7 to 10 business days, depending on the situation at hand. Ah, I see you brought a friend to attend as well. That is very good. Come on then. Come one and all. Or I suppose, come visit us at the time that is best suited for you. That one should also work. Now, if we are lucky, we weren't. But you are now immobilized, so I'll take that dub. Also gonna take this. But I also would like to see you dead and gone. Like that. Precisely like that. That's what I like to see. And we'll be dealing with you in a second. I gotta shift to at least over here first. Now, what about your friend? What's his qualification? Very stress sensitive, I see. Illuminating as always. Now, what's this? Ah, I see. That's your emotional support plushie. I have nothing against that. I respect it, in fact. However, some of the items present here are not what we would expect from someone of your caliber. So I'm gonna have to schedule you for another call. In 10 minutes, of course. But that is to be expected. So don't worry about it. Now, if we're lucky, minimal damage, unfortunate. Shift position. Will be going down. I'll make sure of that. Only 2 damage, but no damage from his end as well. I will be taking you down, naturally. I'll be grabbing all of your sweet, sweet cognition. A little far, but not too far. Naturally, he does nothing. Get another immortal and warrior. As expected, he's going for the isolated one. 3 damage. 4. Slight miscalculation, but thank you for the free cognition. Every little bit helps, you know? Of course you do. It is, as they say, a part of you. Might as well. Damage absorbed, as expected. Stay here. Fix ourselves up a little. Now, about you, newcomer. What do you have to offer? Nothing too special, but I believe we'll be able to find a position for someone of your talents in this company. In fact, I think I know just the place. Before that, however, we just need to schedule you for another callback. You can expect to hear from us a little later today. I guarantee you that. That is definitely a repair. Sphere, what was it called? Sphere of Reconstitution or something similar? I'll need to remember. But, as it stands, this is absolutely unacceptable, so I would like you to remain where you are. I will be coming to you shortly. Never mind that I only deal energy damage with a Tech Priest. That is still an accusation we take very seriously at this company. Almost got your ass. As expected, 3 damage. But thank you for the cognition anyway. And thank you for standing still, or rather trying to move away. That's not ideal, so we'll just be taking this. Hard earned after all. Applying some much needed pressure in your case. Some people do perform better only when under pressure. I can attest to that. However, I would advise you against asking any unnecessary questions for the interviewer. It is up to his discretion, but he knows what he is doing. I can assure you of that. It appears we're getting bogged down by the chaff once again. It is a little unpleasant, but not something we cannot deal with, especially now. Yes, I think we can go for this approach. Now, this might strike some people as a little selfish, but I believe everyone involved in this story should be disposed of sooner rather than later. Of course, it is okay, since they respawn, but that was unnecessary from your end, Lord such and such. I will especially not be tolerating such abuse from my other sources. Now, if I were to do it like that, that would be hitting one of our own. I suppose the best course of action is to hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and he shoots. He maybe scores. We'll see in a bit. Three damage as expected. But thank you for all that free cognition. First of all, of course, we can now use the Sanctus canister. And hopefully that will be enough to deal some considerable damage to your metal ass. I think I will be retiring for the night soon as well. Thank you for attending, and hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I do. Now that we're hitting all the critical points. Four damage, 2 damage. It's good to be wronged like that sometimes. No, I think we can go for a jumbo option for this one. Like so. Anything else? Oh, of course, we still have the Gamma pistol. That should count for something, right? Not from this angle. From this one, however, much better. And if we can take you down as well... That's what I like to see. Might as well. Now there we go. Energy enhancer, excuse me, power field generator. Add a power X to your face. Can you deal with that one? Of course you can. And you, my friend, are not welcome here. So, goodbye. And so that we do not have any other misconceptions, I suppose we can go to this point in our dialogue and see about resolving this issue through other channels. Thank you for your understanding. I will see you in a bit. As expected, energy armor. Still, we can deal with that. 2 to 9, 0 to 7. Let's Roll the dice and 6. Okay then. Now your shiny metal ass is grass. Come next turn, rather next time you act. 1 damage, 1 damage. That'll be sufficient. Give me your cognition points. All of them. And we can continue this discussion someplace else. But I have a feeling this won't happen. I will take 2 for 1. And I'll also be blasting you in your face. Even if it's only for 1 damage. Very nice damage. Slowly stripping away your armor too. So that we can act on it. Another reanimation protocol. And another 3 damage we can deal with. Now, can we? We absolutely can. Wonderful. You'll love to see those crit increases. How much damage we can do from this save? That's gonna be painful to some of you, but unfortunately... such is life under Nagash. What am I saying? We're not Tomb Kings. It is they, in fact, who are closer to the Tomb Kings than you might think. One more strike is all that it takes. Good. Better. Damage absorbed. Damage absorbed. Now let's fix up Leonardus. And even that Skitari Ranger. Now, if we can... go away, pick a visit if you can. I'll see if that is possible. Now, we are done with you. Oh, of course we gotta kill all of them. Otherwise, this wouldn't be too easy. Back to the shadows. And you stay disabled. Delay the turn a little. And Jeremiah will introduce himself to the guy that's been slow-boating it beside the Necron Lord for quite a while. I believe he has earned the honor. I will see you up ahead. There we go. You'll have to see it. The cohort reaches the sarcophagus of Agrolex's lieutenant. The image of the Necron is carved into the lid of the sarcophagus, and it is in angular stone hands is gripped the ring-shaped artifact that Scaevola has described as the key she seeks. The tech priest pries the key out of its grip and return it to the Caestus Metallicon. Statement, expression of gratitude, research protocols restarted. I echo Subdomina Kepler's inquiry. What does this artifact do? Poetic communication mode. It is a tantalizing mystery the blessed Omnissiah has placed before us to solve. Poetic communication mode off. I have compartmentalized a great deal of frustration regarding this artifact. Hope that it helps us explore these tombs and eliminate the threat within Scaevola. If sufficient importance equals false, Omnissiah would not have set in our path. I do get the Zenerite pattern Volkite Blaster out of this, so it's not a complete loss. Chant of the Remorseless Fist next tier. And Prayer of Titanium. Anything else unlocked? Of course there is. That one will give us a Spotlight and one additional slot for mission deployment. Fascinating. Maybe even better than these upgrades. But we'll see how it goes. Troop deployment cost is reduced by 30%. Eradication Ray. Fires in a straight line passing through all units. Deals 7 to 9 energy damage to targets. Zenerite Axe. Skitari Vanguard. We have not unlocked it yet. But I am thinking we are done for tonight. Today was certainly a productive one. After all, we did manage to beat the first boss, even if it took a little bit more of prep time than I would have imagined. But regarding all of that, I would like to thank you all for coming, and I will see you all tomorrow when we're going back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. Thank you, and see ya.